I'm Carol Coston. I'm a Dominican sister of Adrian, Michigan, and this is the greenhouse here at Santuario's sister farm. I am the co-director along with Elise and one of the founders of Santuario's sister farm. When I lived in Washington in the early 70s, I was with Network, the Catholic Social Justice Lobby, and one of the sisters said, "Shall we start a garden?" And I didn't know anything about gardening, but I said I'd love to. And that was my introduction not only to gardening, but later to organic gardening. And I have really become attached to the sort of the maxim of organic gardening, which is to give back to earth as much or more than you took from her. And so this is what we try to do here at Santuario's sister farm. And I have a few examples here in the greenhouse. We try to live consistent with the values of not putting a lot of junk on the earth, not using anything that would hurt her, such as chemical fertilizers and things like Clorox and materials for cleaning that would be bad for the water. Instead, we try to use biodegradable. We also try to use a lot of compostable items when we have events. So, for example, when we have groups come out here, we serve them whatever drinks in these recycled pots, and then they put their name on it for the day. And then when they're finished, we bring them in here and recycle them to plant some of the transplants in. And this is a Tiffin Mennonite heirloom tomato, so there are a couple of values here that the heirloom plants or seeds are ones that have been in existence for at least 50 years. Many people who had relatives from countries in Europe or Middle East or Latin America would bring the seeds, and so if they can trace the history back at least 50 years, it's called a heritage seed or an heirloom. And these are open pollinated, that is, they can reproduce year after year from the seed. So we try to only buy as many as we can heirloom seeds. We also only buy from seed companies that take the Safe Seed Pledge, that say that they will never knowingly buy or sell genetically modified seeds. So if you kind of look through here, you see a number of the plants that we have growing in the greenhouse. Many of them are heritage, most of them are open pollinated, and they're all bought from seed companies that take the Safe Seed Pledge. The other thing we've been trying to do here, and this is an example of kind of doing a little bit of research. So these were Tiffin Mennonite, they are Tiffin Mennonite tomatoes, and so when we transplanted them up from the small pots, we're doing experiments. So this one was transplanted with rocket fuel, which is a special kind of organic fertilizer. This was transplanted with worm castings. And the third one, when we transplanted them, we used bat guano. And so we're trying to see which one seems to work the best. And in this case, it looks like the bat guano might have a slightly stronger stem, but the others are a little higher. So it's probably not a conclusive research project. But anyway, we know that all of those are organic. The other thing that we try to do is plant year-round. And this is what we're able to do in Texas and with the use of the greenhouse. And the final thing, we try to buy from companies that are fair trade. So we start the day with fair trade coffee, equal exchange, and then try to end it with buying things from local farmers market.